use of copywritten work, including such use by reproduction in copies or phonorecords or by any other means specified within Section 106 for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, and teaching, including multiple copies for class use, or research, is not infringement on a copyright. In determine whether the use made of work in any particular case is a fair use, the factors to be considered shall include the purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of a commercial nature or is for non-profit educational use, the nature of the copywritten work, the amount of substantial portions used in relations to the copyrighted work, the effect of the use upon the potential market for or the value of the copyrighted work, and the fact that a work is unpublished shall not itself bar a finding of fair use, if such finding is made upon consideration of all the above factors. This case was between Warner Brothers Entertainment and RDR Books. And the defendants, RDR Books, were trying to publish the lexicon. If you are not a Harry Potter fan, then you probably are not you're probably not familiar with what it is. The lexicon was created from a fan who took the time to not only look at all the movies, read all the books, but he made sure to do his research in detail, what every word means, the different types of spells, what they used in potions. Like, it was basically an encyclopedia for everything dealing with Harry Potter, okay? And Harry Potter is one of the most popular copywritten books productions, really one of the biggest everythings dealing with Warner Brothers Entertainment. It's such a huge, vast thing that, you know, an encyclopedia is probably needed, but since the original author did not create this encyclopedia, they did not create this book, it derived from what the original canon has created. They are now about to take legal issues. Warner Brothers Entertainment is going to take legal issues because now they are publishing something that came from them, but it was not created from them. It brings that kind of worry for the original author, because why are they receiving money from what I created? It's kind of not fair, right? Because just because you can do the research and give out a whole encyclopedia of what I originally created off the bat does not mean you should gain any type of monetary values just because of what I created off the bat. Like, that's basically it, okay? And it becomes it doesn't really even become tricky. It becomes tricky as far as the fan fiction author, because they want their work to be noticed. They want their work to be idolized. They want their work to be loved like the original author. But since they are not the original author of this particular character setting, whatever it is, they cannot and do not have the right to move in such a way with that book. They were not allowed to allow somebody to publish it. They were not allowed to gain or accept any type of offers on a book they did not originally create and earned the rights to. Now, Warner Brothers Entertainment, they were going they were suing them because they were on the verge of publishing this book, okay? And when I say they were on the verge of publishing this book, it's saying you did not gain permission from Warner Brothers Entertainment. You did not give some form of writing that says you are allowed to publish this book that has all the definitions and stuff dealing with Harry Potter. So in the end, it's basically saying Warner Brothers did gain the rights to the encyclopedia, the lexicon, because that is their own work. That is what they created. That's what they have the rights to. So they have the right to take that fan fiction down, and not only that, they have the right to publish it as their own if they so choose. And that is just one of the many cases. Like, I already have another case right here for you. I'm about to put it on right now. Fan fiction. Mainly harmless, just a way for fans to come out and express their own ideas of their favorite characters, favorite world, any type of hyper reality, or maybe real reality. But either way, fan fiction is a way just for fans to really take their ideas to the next level, from a character and world that's already been created by somebody else, maybe even popular. Could have been copyrighted if they did it right, if they did exactly what they were supposed to do, if it got popular. But this court case we're going to review today is between Paramount Pictures Corporation and Axanar Productions Incorporated. Paramount Pictures and CBS Studios is number one copyright owners, okay? Actual owners of Star Trek. And when I say Star Trek, anything dealing with Star Trek, the books, televisions, music, shoot, even fan fiction, kind of a little bit. But one particular fan, and he just so happens to be the president of Axanar Productions Incorporated. Mr. Alec Peters, the president of Axanar Productions, decided that he wanted to create his own Star Trek movie. Pretty smart, right? But he didn't want it to be just like any other fan fiction. He wanted to make it professional. He's just so bright. And with this production, he was trying to create, or has created in little small tidbits, he has actually used people who've made the production of Star Trek and tried to use a lot of attributes in different ways that could make it seem like he's typically stealing this. And what brought this whole ordeal to court is he was trying to get a lot of funding and source just to film a whole movie about Star Trek, like there isn't already one about Star Trek. But apparently he wanted to deem it as a fan fictional kind of case, but it's not. In court, they were talking about how even though his productions haven't hit theaters and all they have right now is a 20-minute YouTube teaser prelude, it makes it very hard to depend on how much Alec Peters has stolen from Paramount Pictures and CBS Studios from Star Trek. When he was trying to defend his case, he depicted that saying that it's similarities, but not when it comes to the actual characters and the world, even though that claims to be very false. But then he's between the original Star Trek copies and his productions. But Paramount Pictures, they came in with another idea. They said, no, you're not going to trick us this time. They brought out the scripts from his own production that he has written himself from Axanar Productions. His own production himself, basically like a Kickstarter, the only one he really promoted. The name or the whole ordeal of his movie is supposed to be Star Trek Prelude to Axanar. It also alleged that the Battle of Axanar from Star Trek itself is the reason why Axanar Productions kind of has this name, but we're not really going to dig deep into that one. He basically is trying to create a world before Star Trek even happened. And that can come in with a lot of different ideas. Not even different ideas. It can come with a lot of obstacles. Let's say obstacles. It's going to come with a lot of obstacles because not only do you have to figure out how you're going to set a scene that was already set, but you have to figure out new characters, ways that is not going to make this movie seem like it was made exactly from Star Trek itself. Like, they didn't take it. But within the court case, they were reviewing all of the evidence that Paramount Productions and CBS Studios put out together and realized that they have very key similarities, especially with the way that Garth and Axanar battle is still kind of within the productions of the script from Axanar Productions, but it didn't really include everything from that battle. But those small similarities, those tiny similarities, is kind of what helped make the case for Paramount Pictures, even though within the end both cases or both motions were denied. This kind of stamps a idea of what is supposed to happen when using these type of corporations.